Hey guys, what's going on? It's Alan here and we're playing some Assassin's Creed Unity. Maxed out completely just to see how it runs. I wouldn't recommend running these settings, but let's try it out and see how it runs on the 970. So as you can see, it is fairly playable. You know, it's hovering around the 30 to 40 mark, 35 to 40 mark even. And it does go a bit higher here and there, but generally I'd say though in more demanding areas it might actually dip down to the low 30s. So definitely wouldn't recommend it, but it does look amazing, you have to give them that. But enough about performance, well, not enough about performance, this is what the performance video is. But I want to talk a little bit about Ubisoft in general and Assassin's Creed Unity specifically. Now, if the game was a bit better optimized, they could use it as a benchmark tool, sort of like Bioshock Infinite was before, because that game is really well optimized and it looks amazing. This game too looks fantastic, but it doesn't perform as well as other games, or as well as it was hoped perhaps, so we'll leave that for now. But guys, I wanted to talk about some gameplay problems of the game that are holding it back, not about performance problems or bugs, because that has been beaten to death really. But Ubisoft have been taking a lot of slack before. They've been taking criticism about the games being too easy and the combat system being like too basic, so they changed it up a bit and they made it more complex and more complicated, and I think they overdid it though, because the difficulty level is now too high. As you can see, I'm getting into a lot of difficulty and I just fell there, I died. It just, the game is too hard now, I think. You know, you die far too easily. Your enemies are just as good as you, if not better, and like if you're up against 3 or more enemies, you're gonna die. Now I know Ubisoft probably did that on purpose so as to discourage, you know, open combat, but the problem is they made the enemies really too vigilant. Like they literally spot you when they're not even facing you, so you can't sneak away behind them that easily. So they spot you really easily and then they come at you in droves, so it kind of breaks up the immersion of the game. Because while it could be, I would say this would be my favourite Assassin's Creed if it wasn't for these two flaws, because it's literally impossible to like not die every 5 minutes or so or less, you know. And it's not because I suck at the game. I do suck at the game, but that's not it, because every other Assassin's Creed, which is almost the same as this except for that the difficulty in the combat, and I've been pretty much amazing at all them games. Well, not amazing, but good, you know. I've been able to play them without like dying too much, maybe dying 3 or 4 times throughout the whole game. And in this one I literally die in every mission at least twice, you know, if not more. So that's the only main complaint that's holding this back, I think, in terms of gameplay, you know. But yeah, I gotta hand it to them as well. The animations in this game are bloody fantastic. Like, just everything looks so amazing the way they do it, and the combat animations, they completely redid them. They look really, really good, and like I said, if the combat was a bit easier, you'd be able to enjoy it that much more. But I also love the customization in this game. Like, you can customize your character how he looks completely. As you can see, my character now looks completely different from when he did at the start of the game. When you start off, if you played the game or if you've seen how it's played at the start, you can completely change your outfit, as you can see. And not only that, it's not only aesthetic. Each outfit does different things for you. My hood, for example, increases my stealth and my health, and my torso and my legs and all increase different kind of aspects like armor and stuff like that, and my combat ability. So it's really cool and really in depth the way you can do that. And you can switch out the weapons. The weapons system's been upgraded as well, and it's more in depth than it ever was. So I'm using a two-handed sword right now, which is pretty good. It's one of the basic two-handed swords, so it's only average at parrying at and doing average damage, and it's pretty slow. But it's better than your average mid-range, you know, short swords and stuff, and it looks really cool. But as you progress through the game, you can get better weapons and better armor, etc., etc. So in my opinion, it could be the very best Assassin's Creed game that we have, except for the whole difficulty level. I think they really just messed that one up. Hopefully they won't patch it at all. I know that they can't, but they will hopefully get it better in the next one and change it up. Now guys, just quickly I'm going to touch on the settings I would recommend to play this game on. So as you can see, I lowered them a little bit, but the game still looks pretty damn good. And as you can see, I'm averaging about 50 to 60 frames per second, so much more playable. And still, you're not losing much in the graphics area. Like, I mean, you are losing a little bit, but not too much. But as you can say, like I said, I'd much rather frame rate over graphics. I'd recommend playing on the ultra settings if you have probably an SLI or a Crossfire rig. That's probably the best way to do it. If you have like two 970s or two 780s, or maybe two 290s or two 280Xs or something like that in your rig, then you'd probably be able to run this at ultra no problem. But with one single card, I don't think it's enough. Like, even one 980 wouldn't be enough to run this at ultra at 60 FPS. So to conclude, the performance is acceptable at ultra settings, but for optimal fun and stuff, I definitely go with the settings I'm using now. And the game could be the best Assassin's Creed game, in my opinion, if it wasn't for the performance and the combat difficulty. Like, that's the only thing that's holding it back, as well as the stealth. They kind of messed up the stealth aspect a little bit, because the enemies are too vigilant, and it kind of defeats the purpose if you're trying to avoid their sight and they can see you no matter what you do and then attack you anyway. So that's just my thoughts anyway. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. So guys, this brings us to the end of yet another video. Hopefully you liked it. Thanks so much for watching. If you did like it, please give me the thumbs up. If you disliked it, give me the thumbs down. Leave some feedback in the comment section as well. If you want to see some more content, please remember to subscribe, and that really helps me out, so it means a lot if you do. Remember to have a great rest of your day, guys, and yeah, until next time. Amazing, it plays really well. So guys, also I wanted to say there's going to be a large amount of these video tests coming up. I have about 5 or 6 more videos coming out today or tomorrow, so hopefully you guys don't mind that. If you want to see all of these videos, just to see how a 970 performs on modern games and what kind of performance you can expect, just click on the playlist link down below and on screen now, and you'll be able to watch all these amazing videos.